He's too scared. Let's give this trauma. Go tell him not to see his trauma.
We're just coming to relive our trauma.
That's for Basha. Just a blankie.
We blankie really gave away from me. It was me I gave her blankie away and I can't remember. I said
That's a big trauma.
yes. She had that thing she used to fold it again.
Yeah.
And then she fold it.
Yeah.
And it's wet and she goes to the next one. She used to go around the blanket. And it's wet.
Who made it like that?
He said that's a stop.
Yeah,
He used to carry it.
The one that-
He still got it.
Yeah.
October was too good, and I'm a very spiteful person, so I used to be friends with this person who kind of named October their month. They made like their name into October, and I plan on doing the exact same thing out of spite. I'm only just getting started, but I have big plans. Then I got a message to go to this Pride event in PMB. They said it's the first Pride event. It's not, but they said it's the first one. And a girl said like, hey, I know your show got cancelled. Would you like to do a show here? You know, what is it? Justice for like the show. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to. And she's like, we actually can't. It's cancelled. So I didn't tell anyone this, but my show got cancelled twice in the span of like a month. If we can keep this between us, then I have more tea. I'm introduced to this thing called PNB Life because we were wondering like, where are the youths? And it's like them. It's this medical group that host events stuff, and I was so excited because I'm like, we found the youths, you know. And like I see their posts and their little video montages of the parties that they have. So we're like, okay, slay, we found the youths. We're gonna see them at Pride. And then, did anything happen before Pride? Oh yes. And then the same day that I found out is Pride is Kanyezi's baby's first birthday. And it was unfortunate like timing, but I managed to do both. It was a very, oh my gosh, it was such a chaotic day. Driving, it's like Hayfields area, past Hayfields to my house to Hilton. And then as I was driving from Hayfields to like you know, Brookside Mall, that area, I missed a turn. And then the GPS said, come back this way and make a U-turn. It was telling me to make a U-turn on the highway where there's like blocks. So at some point I missed the turn. I'm trying to get back on track. I'm going this way instead of this way, and I'm on the highway. I'm late and I'm driving in the opposite direction and there's no turn-offs. The GPS is like, make a U-turn here. I'm on the highway. What do you mean make a U-turn? Make a sharp U-turn. Oh my God, I start crying. Because it says like it's not 2 kilometers, I wish. I think it said like 5 kilometers before I have to turn back. Like I'm going 5Ks in the opposite direction. I start crying and I said like, my friend Talita, I sent her a voice note crying. I'm like, because I feel so bad. I'm so late because it ends at 10. Like it's not like it, you know, it's going to go into the night. So I make it home. I get dressed, I change into my outfit. I had a whole plan. I was gonna do like a little rainbow. I was gonna dress up. But then like I get home, I quickly throw my stuff into my car and I'm gonna change when I get there because my mom's at home and I don't want her to see like my new slutty outfit. It starts pouring and they're in a farm and the parking to the place is like a trek. You have to go up a hill, up this long driveway. So I just wait in the car. Skokuk is with her parents, so she's like, don't whisk it. I didn't have an umbrella. I didn't pack for the storm. I didn't even have, I think I had a denim jacket. So I rush all the way. I could have had something to eat. I had like a protein bar in the car. I'm drinking some Energade. I just waited for I think an hour. And then eventually like they walked, Skokuk borrowed like the guard's umbrella and played like music for the gays. I had fun, we made some friends, they played Brat. It was really good, the music. But like it's made by millennials. So like at the end we were like, give us a bisexual anthem. And then they played I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. And they never played Chapel Roan once. I remember as soon as we arrived, let's do a thingy of like, I hope they play Chapel Roan. And it's like, girl, this is PNB Pride, you know, that trend. And they never played Chapel Roan at a Pride event. They played Katy Perry. but they didn't play Chaperone. But besides that, it was really fun. I made a new friend. He'll pop up again in the December story. I'm like, I'm free anytime. When are you free? And she says early in the morning. I'm like, okay. So I wake up. I hate a morning. I love a slow morning. But I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get up quickly and I'll go. So I got up. I rushed and I went to meet her there. And then I'm like, I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, the weather's so lovely. See you soon. I arrive at the place. And I don't get a message. And then I tell Talita, I'm like, I don't think she's coming. I think I'm getting stood up. And then Talita's like, just send her another message. Like, I'm not gonna let my the message be like, hey, are you here? And then I never hear from her. So then time passes. We're supposed to meet at 10. I think at 15:15 she's like, oh my gosh, are you still there? My dad needed something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. She's like, okay, I'm on my way. And then she's just like, I just ordered the Uber. I'm just like, it ends up taking an hour, but she made it sound like I'll see her in a minute. But I sat there for an hour and then we talked, we laughed. She's really funny. So I did get I forgave her because she's like, I never do this. And then we talked. She's like, hey, we're going out to Durban. We're going to stay. We're going to go for Halloween. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Skokok literally just sent me an Instagram about Origin doing something, but she sent me the one for the weekend before Halloween. She didn't know that's what she sent, but I thought that she sent it for that date. So I was like, oh, you guys going for Halloween, we're going for the weekend before, because I assumed she wanted to see the DJ at the weekend before. And she's like, oh damn. And I'm like, damn, if you're going, we could have all gone together. We could have booked a place and it would have been cheaper. Ubers would have been cheaper and stuff like that. So yeah, then I don't hear from her. And then after Pride, I hear from, let's call her Glasses. I hear from Glasses again. And she's like, hey, we're actually free the weekend before. Do you want to do something for Halloween? Do you want to do the Durban thing? And I'm like, okay, slay. And then I'm kind of stressed. I've never done a night away type trip. I've never done, with the girlies. I just started doing sleepovers with Skokok. So a night away, I was kind of scared, is this going to work out? I didn't know how we're going to get there. And I was like, to Skokok, I would love to, but I can't take the car. She's like, no, don't worry, my parents will take us. And then Glasses was like, is there any way that we can get a lift and we can Uber? And I had realized that Glasses had no plan. They just kind of were piggybacking off our plan and joining our trip. I thought, because as you remember, Glasses was the one that invited me to go to Halloween with them, but they had no transport to go. So it's like, what did you, I thought we were equally bringing to the table some sort of what we knew we could do and what we couldn't do. So I remember I sent her a message and I was like, I'm gonna go with Skokok and her parents, so that's 4 of us in the car, and Glasses is bringing her friend earrings. This is so grade 7. Glasses is bringing her friend earrings, so 6 of us can't fit in a car. Will you guys be able to find a way? And then I told Skokok, and Skokok was like, no, we have a car that has a seat in the back. We'll all be able to fit. So I'm like, okay, Slay, we can all go. So then we made a group chat. Skokok booked it and we all paid her, but she did the research and she found the place. So right now Skokok is driving us. She is lifting us. I had been stalking the page and I found that if you get 4 tickets at once, you get 1 free. So it's like, how about I pay for all 4 tickets and you guys pay me 3 tickets divided by 4, so we all get a discount. So yeah, so I had gotten the tickets. Skokok had done that. And Glasses and earrings hadn't really done much.
Something half alive, half dead. I know.
Skokok says, guys, can you just come to my house the morning of, and from there we'll drive. And then the morning comes, I'm a little bit late. We're supposed to be at 12. I think I arrived just past 12. Glasses sends a message like, hey guys, I think I'm going to be a bit late. Now, as you remember, she was late to see me. I had met her once before this, by the way. But I'm like, life is short, you know, YOLO. And she was late to see me, but she kept saying she doesn't do this. So she's late. And then she's like, she keeps saying like, we're on our way, the Uber is ordered, blah, blah, blah. And then she asks like, do you guys have an iron? And I'm like, you're late. You're going to come over to Skokok's house and start ironing her shirt. We gotta go. Like, we needed to go. They were insanely late. We were standing by the car at one point waiting for the message. And then what the plan was is Glasses went to Earring's house, and then from Earring's they would come to Skokok's house because I had met Glasses, but none of us had met Earring's. So like they didn't want to, you know, come to our house by themselves. And I also thought like, how suspicious is it that Glasses and Earring's are totally fine going with this random family? Like my mom had to meet Skokok's mom and parents. I had to do sleepovers before a trip. Like they were just like very easy to come with, and like I didn't realize the red flags, but they were so late. And then eventually Skokok was like, we'll just come fetch you, because they sent a message that said we're waiting for the dad to come back because he has the keys. So no one really gave a shit. No one really gave a shit about the fact that this was someone else. Like if someone else is lifting, I'm there early. I forgot my film camera at home, and it's like I could go back and I could get it. I could say just wait, my brother will bring the film camera, but like no, that's like I can't make them wait. So they really did not. And the word is not prioritize, but like respect the fact that they're getting a free trip with someone and just be there in time. So then we fetched them, and then we got to the place, and we saw that there were two rooms. There was a smaller room and a bigger room, and they tried to take the bigger room. Like Skokok found the place. Her parents drove us here. In what situation would you get the bigger room? They didn't though. Like, thankfully Skokok and Skokok's mom were like, you know what, we're gonna take this room. Like, we're taking this room, obviously. There's no situation. In what world, guys? I'm sorry. In what world would we get the smaller room and you guys get the bigger room? So I had found out that Glasses doesn't drink tequila. So I had half a bottle of tequila and a little bit of margarita mix that I just bought, and then Allison had bought alcohol as well. Glasses and Earring's did not bring anything for the prees, and then I went to go ask Earring's like, do you drink tequila? Because I was gonna drink tequila, Skokok was gonna drink vodka, and I know that Glasses doesn't drink tequila. So I asked Earring's and she's like yes, and then Glasses pipes in, she's like, I'll drink whatever, and I'm like, shit, like I don't have enough tequila for all of us. So then I am dying to go to the pool. I am so excited to go to the pool. I'm a Pisces, I want to be in the pool. They take their time eating. I'm tidying up, I'm making the pre-drinks. They're just like very laxy-daisy, and by the time we finally get to the pool, we start pouring drinks to get in. As I'm pouring, I realize there's not enough alcohol. So I'm like, we need to quickly get more before like I get in the pool. We try and get delivery, but it keeps saying like, it's too late. We're like, okay, fine. And we saw a mall up. Let's just quickly go to the mall. I put my clothes back on. Then I decide to go with Glasses to the liquor store. And as we get in, it closes behind us. The line is so long, it wraps right around. We spend 20 minutes getting alcohol. Not even like a little, can I pay half? Can I pay a quarter? Nothing. She just sits there and watches me tap my card. By the time we get to the pool, so much time has passed. All I wanted to do, guys, is spend time by the pool. I don't have a pool. I live in Pietermaritzburg. There's no beaches. I just wanted to go. We paid extra to get an Airbnb with a pool. We came late. Then I had to get more alcohol, which I had to pay for because they wanted to drink my alcohol. So what they did is they drank all of our alcohol. They saw that I was losing pool time. I had told them I want to go in the pool so bad. Never did they say, oh, it's fine, you don't have to get, we have alcohol. They watched me go and wait and spend money. I spent so much time in that fucking line to get them alcohol, and they had some in their rooms. We're spending the night with them. We accept it. We're like, it's fine. we just need to be aware and smart about our decisions. So what we do is we tell them not to come straight away. At first we were going to get ready together. We were like, come even later, so that first of all we can be alone, and then we can drink the alcohol that we paid for. And I do also want to say that at no point did they offer to pay for petrol. There was mention of them to offer to pay for petrol earlier, but then never again. We went out to go get like bunnies. They didn't offer to pay for Skokok's bunny. They didn't offer to get her a drink, nothing. We at Skokok really bonded about that, because it's like, you know, we got really close because of that. Then we were like, we need to hide the alcohol. So what we did is we emptied, like I said, I had margarita mix and I had tequila. I poured the margarita mix into glasses, and then I poured like 75% of the tequila into the margarita bottle, and I put that in the cupboard. I made 2 drinks ahead of time so that I just made sure I had enough alcohol, so if they finished the quarter of it, I still would have. So I made 2 drinks, 2 double tequilas. I hid one in the bathroom, I hid one in the cupboard, and then I poured the tequila that I was supposed to in the little bottle, and I kept it for myself. They came over, we danced, we played music. We were like, we're still gonna have a good time. You know, we weren't mean. There's no point where we were like, you guys can't have any more. But we just made sure that we had enough before we gave some more to them. And then we Ubered. Skokok paid for the Uber, and we arrived. It was really fun. I got to go through a haunted house. There was no line. My brother had warned me that there'll be a huge line, it'll be super busy, but because we went the weekend before Halloween, we got to have the Halloween experience without the lines and the drama. And like my brother said, he waited like an hour in the line. Creepy people would come up, like homeless people would be there, but we went straight in because it was quiet. So we got the full experience, and I'm at that age now where it's like the experience does not have to be so many people and crowded and busy. Earrings is Glass's friend that I never met, as I said. Earrings heel breaks, and we try and break the heel of the other shoe while we get out of the haunted house. So that's what we end up doing. And then she's like, no guys, I need to go home, I need to go home, I need to go home. Another thing to remember is that Earrings did not bring her own phone. Earrings left her phone at home. Glasses brought their phone and left their charger at home. Skokok has to order them an Uber from here, from the place. They have to take it with cash and go back. And what they did is they told the Uber to wait, and then they got the stuff, they got the new shoes and came back. When Skokok and I got back that night, we were like, how did they get back? Because we didn't know that they had Ubered. They told the Uber to wait. They tell us to stay here at this one spot at the club because they wouldn't be able to phone us and find us. We don't, we just wander off. I'm sorry. We go and we sit at the rooftop, we enjoy like what we can of our night. And before we leave, Glasses looks at me and she's like, do you have like the little spray bottle? You know, the one I told you of like alcohol that I was gonna sneak in. And then like I just pretended like I didn't hear her, or someone else called me. And then I take out the spray bottle to pour into my drink. But at this point I had drank so much by the pool. I remember as they found us and I quickly like put the bottle back in my purse. We would end up retreating a lot to the air. And because Glasses and Earrings had to be with us at all times, they were unhappily joining us. At one point I saw Earrings roll her eyes and look at Glasses, and they didn't see that I saw that, but I was like, this is like, you made your bed. You know, we got the full experience at Origin, I will say. There were moments, I wasn't complaining the whole time. We were on the dance floor just as much as we sat outside. We experienced all the floors. There's one point they were playing like house music, techno, I don't know the difference. And like, you know, you're like in there and you're like, the air is hitting and you're just like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like when I'm drunk enough, like I get it. I don't get it when I'm sober, and I don't get it when I'm tipsy, but like we had a good time. There was the floor where they were playing R&B and hip-hop. We met up with one of Skokok's friends and he knew the place, and I asked him like, can you take us to every single hidden room? We found so many hidden rooms. So we got the full experience, so I don't regret it. So it wasn't a bust. The night was not ruined completely. We got cute moments. I had a good time with Skokok. There was nothing that I was like, oh, I wish I had done this, because also I like white girl music and they didn't really play white girl music, so there was no point I was like, oh, I wish I was at the dance floor, but I was stuck like outside. I got everything that I wanted out of that experience. We just got back home, I showered, I ate the rest of the bunny, we talked shit, we didn't have any confrontation, there was no shadiness. I ended up seeing Glasses like once after that, like no qualms, no beef, no like no, we didn't do anything mean or ruin their night in any way. Then it was time for us to leave. We got up, we packed up. Once again, they were late. But yeah, that was some bullshit. But it's a funny story. Like, me and my friends constantly reference the clinking of the bottles. And then the second Halloween experience was also quite rough. But I wanted this. I've never had a Halloween, and to get 2 Halloweens with Skokok with a fun friend. This is Remember PNB Life from the Pride event. They were having a Halloween experience, and because we had so much fun at Pride, we were like, oh my gosh, let's do this. And they have this house that they use for like multiple parties. They have like payday parties, they have Halloween, they have all of these things. They said, we're gonna do a competition, there's a prize for the best costume. And then I met Skokok's friend Carrie, and she went as Carrie, like in the horror movie. She poured blood on her chest, on her dress. We knew for a fact that she was gonna win the Halloween costume. Unfortunately, damn, she ate. So we arrived early because we had to leave early. And the people were so awkward. No one was very welcoming. Except for the guys, but like I was wearing lingerie. But the girls weren't very friendly. They don't really go around and introduce themselves. It's very cliquey, and it is mostly white people. We tried to like join on in the beer pong. We would be in the line, and they saw that they were next, so they left the table. It was so high school. Like, they were so intentionally exclusionary. Like, then why do these things? No one asked you to host these things and invite everyone if you're gonna be so unfriendly to everyone. And there was this clear clique. The main people who run it, and the main people who run it don't talk to anyone else besides the people who run it. They have no intention of expanding that group or making it a thing. They say they do, but like, you go there and they're so mean. They don't acknowledge you. It's so immature. The DJ was shit. I don't know what we paid entrance for. We brought our own alcohol. There was no lights. We just kind of like hovered in the dark. There's one toilet which has no lights, and you have to bang at the door to exit. At some point they played a song, we ran to the dance floor, and then it was just silence. There was no playlist. They would play a full song. There was like, and then I remember they promoted it on their story. They're like, the DJ getting ready for silence. We did make some new friends. The people of color were making friends, and the white people were saying the N-word. Me and Skokok were pointing at a phone. We were like, wait, whose phone is this? And there was a white guy sitting on the chair. And then we were like, is this your phone? I'm like, no, it's not my phone. And then we see him get up and take the phone because he was very clearly scared we were going to steal it. The person who owns the place was very sweet. When we first arrived, like I said, we arrived early, and when we walked in, they said we had to park on the road, in public roads, because we can't park inside the gate because the people who own the place are coming later. And then as we were leaving, we see a whole bunch of cars, which is like, once again, you know, the main group gets inside parking and we get outside parking. It wasn't like you come first or whatever. So they really, like, they didn't try and hide the fact that it was like their party and like they wanted like an audience member, I guess. I made some new friends. They were Muslim people, obviously. I made friends with the people of color. Towards the end, like, a black girl came. I made friends with her. But I was like, I feel so bad for them because we can leave. But like, since I've moved here, I've never been in a predominantly white space. And I forgot how, no matter how woke they are, it still sucks your soul. They will never understand. They will never try to understand. And they will always make you feel some sort of way. I walked out happily. I got compliments on my costume. And then me and Skokok talked about like making a more inclusive group and a friendlier group. Like, there is going to be this thing, you're probably not going to see this video, but I made a new friend in December. She's doing this like matcha and Pilates thing, and it's like this little community. And I'm like, and me and Skokok have been going back and forth. I have this PMB Film Club Instagram account. I haven't started anything yet, seriously, but we are thinking and trying to. A guy had DM'd me about starting something, and then I never heard from him again. Thankfully, he didn't like try and assault me or something. Has happened before. I want to make people feel good and included, and to meet people and to have fun and to have these events. So let's manifest. I have a Halloween party. That's better. I still had fun. It was still a good month. I enjoyed I always have costumes and I never get to wear it to Halloween parties. I usually just use it for Instagram content. Now I got to get 2 costumes. I got to go out and drink with my friends. I got to do Halloween things. It was my favorite month. I know it's crazy to say. It was a really, really fun month, full of stories and experiences which I wouldn't have had if I didn't meet Skokok.